Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Carmel.
And I'm Mark.
And welcome to Bad Karma.
Yay!
You're so excited. We hope you enjoyed the last episode, which was...
I actually remember.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit, yeah. It's because when we're recording this, the Chris Benoit episode isn't out yet, so it threw me off. I wasn't sure if I'd say James Bulger or not.
Well, we hope you did enjoy the James Bulger one, but we hope you enjoyed the Chris Benoit one as well.
Yeah.
So we are doing little polls on what people would like Mark to research, because you're not very big on the true crime research, are you, baby?
I am, but I think we need a bit of variety on the podcast. And I know you put some options on there. What do you know what's winning at the moment?
The one that I believe is winning is Mandela effects.
I love Mandela.
But conspiracy theory is a very close second.
Oh, okay.
And a friend of mine from school, Tom, hi Tom, has said that he would like us to cover 9/11.
9/11. Ooh, there's a lot there.
Big one to dig. That might have to be a two-parter.
Yeah. All right, leave that with me then. We'll give it another few days and we'll see what wins in the poll, and then I will surprise you all with what comes next. Oh, it's the X-Files.
Why do you do that? He gets it wrong every time.
Oh, shut up. Right, let's jump in then. So what is the subject of today's podcast?
Okay, so I am sticking to English murders at the minute. The one that I have is an unsolved murder case.
Ooh, okay.
So this one is the unsolved murder of Lyn Bryant.
Lyn Bryant.
Yes.
Don't know that name. Is this recent?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Lyn Bryant was born Linda Bryant, but preferred to be called Lyn. And she was born on the 25th of October, 1957. Let me just say, I guess the day she was born, you'll understand why as we go along, but she was definitely born in October 1957.
So does nobody know the exact day?
Only her friends and family, but with a police interview,
Right.
they do mention something, and this is why I believe she was born on the 25th of October.
So there's debate over when she was born?
There's no debate over when she was born. They just haven't specified
Well, I think they just asked
in any research when she was born.
Got you. So when you were looking this person up, you couldn't find a solid date of birth?
No.
Right, okay, that's fine. I thought you meant that, like, nobody knew when she was born.
No, people obviously know when she was born, but I couldn't find a solid date of birth. It's only an estimate.
Right.
Due to what a police officer says in a appeal. I'll explain that later on in the story.
Okay.
So, she was born and bred in Roseland in Cornwall, one of my favourite holiday destinations.
You love Cornwall.
I love Cornwall. I went every year from my oldest being 2 until it was 11. And then it's been a bit bitty when we go since then. But yeah, Cornwall I would love to move to Cornwall. It's an absolutely amazing place. That and Carlisle in England. Mwah, beautiful. So she even lived in the house that she was born in with her husband and her youngest daughter, Erin. She was a new grandmother, as her oldest daughter, Lee, had not long had a baby boy.
Well, hang on. So when was this then? Because we know when she was born. When she was a grandma, so she must have been quite old.
I was getting there. Quite old. You're going to get knocked out in a minute. That quite old. You'll hear how old she is very soon. And you can regret saying that. It was said that Lyn enjoyed spending time with her family, watching TV with her daughter, walking her dog, and loved Christmas. I know someone else that absolutely loves Christmas. Hi, Jade. And she makes every Christmas absolutely special. And Lyn
was the same.
Right. So Lyn was a social person who was popular among her community within Cornwall. So from what I can gather, she was a very nice, well-loved person.
Right.
On the 20th of October 1998, Lyn began her day working. She was a cleaner and she went to her regular customers' houses. After she finished her work, she then went to visit her parents briefly as they lived within the same community. Lyn then went to a petrol station around 1 p.m. She saw a friend, so began chatting with a friend at the petrol station. And while the two was talking, at about 1:10 p.m, a scruffy white van pulled in. The van parked facing Lyn's car, so not by a petrol pump, parked facing Lyn's car, so it's parked really awkwardly.
Yeah.
The man behind the wheel is said to look in his 30s to 50s with a round face and a full bushy beard, and not to have been from the area. So people didn't recognise him. They saw his features and they recognised that he was not from their area.
Okay. You know, when you say he rocked up in a van, a scruffy white van, I know that's probably just like a white transit van. But when you said scruffy van and a man and he's like stalking a woman or whatever, my first thought was the van from Jeepers Creepers.
Oh my God.
But you could say the guy was like 8 foot tall with a stupid little hat and a giant trench coat.
Well, you never know. He didn't get out the van, okay? The van followed Lyn out the petrol station, so when Lyn went, the van was not far behind her.
Yeah.
But Lyn returned home briefly. She had some lunch with Owen and discussed how they was going to celebrate Lyn's 41st birthday. That was in 5 days' time. Hence why I got 25th of October as a day of birth.
Right.
Lyn was only 40 at the time of death.
Okay.
Lyn then took her dog Jay for a walk. And she walked the same route every day at the same time and no matter the weather. So she had her own routine.
Yeah.
Lyn left with Jay at 1:35 p.m. and walked along Route High Lanes, which is her usual route. She walked towards the Methodist Church and turned left on Trail Walker. Between 1:45 and 2 p.m, a witness saw Lyn speaking with an unidentified man outside the chapel. The man was described as clean-shaven, dark hair, medium build, in his 30s, no distinguished features, wearing light clothing.
So either this is a different guy,
Or it's clean-shaven, so it's a different guy.
Well, I was about to say, or bro has suddenly just gone, oh, I need to clean myself up a bit. The women around here are quite fancy.
Yeah.
Just whipped the switchblade out and just been like, clean shaven. And how else was he dressed? He had the dark clothes on. No, light
Coloured clothes.
What was the other guy wearing?
I think he was wearing dark coloured clothes. Give me 1 second.
I mean, it's safe to say, no, he wouldn't just go out and shave, so it's a different guy.
He appeared to be quite big and seemed to be wearing a waxed green jacket.
Right.
So that's the guy in the van.
Yeah.
So it's completely different builds.
So a different guy, yeah.
Yeah. At 2:30, a passerby in a car found Lyn's body. It was found by a gate outside a field near Lyn's home. So this was 100 yards, 91 metres from the Methodist Church chapel.
God, so it couldn't have happened too long after that person saw them then?
No.
I know you mentioned the guy in the van, but the guy she was speaking with outside the church then, he's obviously suspect number one, I'm guessing.
Lyn's body was found and Jade the dog was found unharmed laying next to her.
Oh, so that's her dog?
Yeah.
So he didn't leave her?
He didn't leave her side, no.
Oh.
Lyn's body was identified as Lyn by a farmer that lives in the area whose field it was.
Right. So people seem to know each other quite well around there then.
Most small communities, we live in a city, so
that explains why there was like the guy in the van isn't.
They knew it wasn't recognised yet because these small communities tend to know everybody.
Yeah.
Like massive city like London, there's way too many people to know each other. Like it's a small world, you bump into people that you never thought you'd bump into, but it is.
That's why I wouldn't do well in a small community. I keep myself to myself. People would think I'm weird.
Because how keep yourself in a small community.
Yeah.
I would prefer a small community to the city. I don't like cities. I don't find them safe.
I wouldn't like a small community where everyone is expected to be friends and hold hands and stuff because I really do not give a shit about the community.
I like the thought of having a couple of close neighbours.
Yeah, that's fine. But when, the doctor who you've spoken to once 6 months ago down the road knows who's in your house every day and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. But it's like when I lived across the road from Kerry. It was nice because I had a close neighbour. Hi, Kerry. She was actually listening to this to say hello.
Hello. Hi, Kerry.
So I like the idea of having a couple of close neighbours, but knowing everyone to say hello to.
Yeah.
But not them knowing my business. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we're getting off track a bit, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Talking about where we want to buy houses and shit.
Yeah, we just spoke about the farmer identifying Lyn as he knew who she was. Lyn had been stabbed a number of times in the neck, back, and chest.
Oh, Jesus.
There is evidence that suggests that this was done while she was standing and in a horizontal position, which suggests she was laying down.
So she's been stabbed while standing, fell down, and someone's continued to stab her.
Yeah, so it sounds like it was quite a prolonged attack.
Brutal. Yeah.
Yeah. So the injuries to Lyn's face suggest that she put up a fight with her attacker, and although there was no sexual assault, the police believe it was sexually motivated attack as Lyn's clothes was found disturbed.
Right. So
Maybe
someone's starting to think to,
maybe someone interrupted him.
Maybe.
Because if her body could be seen by a car, that means that
It was quite close to the road then.
well, it was right by the road.
Yeah, so maybe...
And this is the only road that leads in and out to this town as well. So it's a main road. It's a main country road.
Oh, wouldn't it be weird if it was the woman that discovered the body that disturbed them?
Maybe.
That'd be freaky, knowing that maybe you prevented other things from happening or thought better of it. Like, not too classy to do anything sexual, but
I don't think so.
Not classy enough to
I don't
kill
think so.
someone.
I think the person was interrupted because if the person's already been with her for quite a while to do that much damage to her.
But also, I can't see someone stabbing someone and that's fine, but sexually assaulting them is too far. You know what I mean?
I think the person got interrupted.
Yeah.
The weapon is believed to be a single-edged blade around 10 to 14 centimetres long. This was either a penknife or a small kitchen knife. However, the weapon was never found.
Right. I mean, is that another... So when was this? 1990s?
1998, so late 90s.
Right. And could it be that maybe this person has decided not to do anything other than kill them because of DNA? I don't know if...
DNA wasn't a massive thing back then, was it?
It wasn't well known enough that somebody might try something like that. But maybe if it's in the back of your head that actually, they might even DNA test this body. Maybe somebody started something, then thought better of it.
Well, no, because even killing someone, you can read your DNA on them.
Yeah. And they did... I'm just thinking...
She put up a fight.
They did take the weapon with them.
Yeah.
Quite often, because it can be, if you get caught with the weapon elsewhere, you're kind of screwed. What a lot of people do is sort of wipe it down and leave it there.
Yeah. Or the weapon could identify who the person is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a pocket knife with their initials on or something.
Or a certain set of knives that are sold at a certain shop, and then they can check who last purchased those.
So we are very much speculating. So what we are saying is not gospel. We are just speculating.
Yeah.
The police did a massive search on the area.
What were they looking for? Were they looking for
They were looking for the weapon, any evidence.
Right, got you.
The police did find vivid blue fibres. So that suggests that it was a polo shirt, and they believed the fibres belonged to the murderer.
Oh, okay. What made them think that?
Because it was found on her.
I thought you said it was found in the area.
It's found
on her and
the crime scene, yeah.
Right, okay. And it's fibres that you'd only really find on a polo shirt.
Yeah. Once Lyn's body was removed, another farmer from a field close by did say that he saw an unidentified man walking across the field. It's not unusual for people to be walking across the field, but what stood out to him is this man wasn't dressed as is he should be walking across the field.
Right.
So he's dressed in normal clothes. He wasn't dressed in boots for muddy weather. He wasn't dressed in a jacket. He was just dressed in normal clothes that you wouldn't think they would walk across the field in.
So is this the guy that she was talking to outside the church, or is it the guy in the van, or is this a new guy?
We don't know. The police start doing their investigation. There were witness sightings of the white van that followed Lyn to the petrol station, and it was sighted on Friday and Saturday before the murder. So it's been sighted a few times. And it also sighted in a lay-by beside the chapel where she was found.
Right, so this van isn't from that area, but for some reason it's got an interest in that area.
Yeah.
Well, the person driving it's interested.
So the van is believed to be an Aston Mastro, a Ford Escort, or a Bedford van.
Right.
So the police are now looking for certain models. The police then check registration documents and cross-reference it with vans of that model and make. Sent letters to the van owners and set up a stop point to which they spoke to every driver of a van.
Right, okay. So they're going down the person that's driving the van has something to do with...
That's a part of their investigation.
Right.
I said they started the investigations, and this is a part of the investigation.
Okay, I was going to say, why not talk to the guy that she was speaking to outside the church? I'm guessing that comes later.
A van owner was taken in for questioning, but was later released with no charge.
Right.
A sketch of an unidentified man that was speaking to Lyn at the chapel was distributed, but it has not been seen or issued again since the early 2000s.
Why not?
Doesn't say.
So they've produced a sketch of who they think it is, they've released it once, and then that's it, it's gone.
No, they must have released it a couple of times because it says it was circulating, but it's not been issued since the early 2000s.
Right, okay.
An in-depth search of the murder site and surrounding areas was conducted where any evidence for fingerprints. There was door-to-door inquiries, and men aged 40 to 70 was questioned on their whereabouts. A timeline was put in place for all questioned. There was over 400 men.
Jeez. All right, okay. And out of those men, were there anyone that were kind of stood out?
3 men was arrested, but later released without charge.
So they didn't get anyone. They thought maybe three potential, and then none of them.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't got any information of the 3 men, and to be honest, if they was innocent, I don't believe it's fair to bring it up.
No.
Because that would have been a bad time of their lives anyway.
Well, yeah, if they're being accused of something like that, but... So, have they know all the leads? What about the guy outside the church?
As I said before, they only found fibres on Lyn, but the fibres didn't match anyone in the home, so they knew it had to be her killer. So they searched the home and tried to match the fibres with everything in the home that was that colour.
Yeah.
Nothing matched.
Right.
So they knew for sure then, definitely from the killer.
Okay.
They had a suspicion when they found the fibres at the crime scene and on Lyn, but they confirmed it by searching Lyn's home.
Right.
So the weird thing is, in February 1999, so this is what, October, November, December, January, February, 4 months later, the farmer that identified Lyn's body found a pair of glasses that had been cleaned and placed in the mud.
Could that have been hers? Was that Lyn's glasses?
The only thing they could not find of Lyn's was the glasses.
Ah, okay. So do you think, could it have been a robbery? I don't know why you'd steal glasses, but if they took it and then thought, oh,
No.
Probably not a good idea to have these on me.
I think you're overthinking that.
Why? I don't understand why you would take the glasses.
Souvenir.
Maybe, but then...
But the police have mentioned in interviews that Lyn's glasses were missing. So they've gone, shit.
Okay, yeah, but if you... So let's say you've killed someone, you've got the glasses, you've got away, right? You've kept them as a souvenir or whatever. I understand cleaning them so your prints aren't on them. Why take them back?
Not a clue.
Why not drop them off in a random bin somewhere, you know?
Well, you think that would be the safest thing to do.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because nobody's going to search through all the bins on it.
Not every single bin. If it's somebody not from the area, potentially, why don't they just do it like on the way home or something?
So the police do believe that the killer did come back for the glasses. There are rumours from a video that I watched on YouTube, because there's not much about this. The way that I found this case was from Wikipedia.
Right.
So I have tried to research it. I've come along lots of news articles. It does look like there is a podcast episode on this. I think it's by the Unseen podcast.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie, I have not listened to it. But I did watch a YouTube video. I can't remember whose it was though, but I will have a look and I'll put the link to the video in the description so you guys can have a look. There is rumours that there was CCTV set up near the crime scene to see if someone will come back. Like the police set up surveillance.
Yeah.
And just before the killer came back, it was broken.
That's weird. What, somebody broke it or it just conked out one day?
I don't know, but it's rumours. I don't know if it's actually true that they did set up surveillance on.
Right. I was going to say that's kind of...
Dodge.
Yeah, that almost makes you think maybe it was a cop.
I don't think of it like that. Yeah.
Or at least somebody that knew where the CCTV was and somehow knew they could disconnect it or stop it from recording somehow.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand why they would take the glasses back I don't understand why they take them in the first place unless it is like a souvenir. In which case, that's kind of understand. I know there are some killers that do that. They take little trinkets from the people that they kill. But I don't understand why you would take it back, because it doesn't sound like it was a particularly publicized case. The person that did it, presumably,
It was all over the news.
oh, okay.
It was on BBC News. It was all over England.
Right, but unless they were going, here's the pair of glasses that, that have been taken. If you see somebody with these pair of glasses, let the police know, or something like that. I don't understand why you would bother taking them back to the crime scene, because
Unless they was revisiting the crime scene for sexual glorification.
Yeah, I know they do that a lot in like Criminal Minds.
Okay, I'm a slightly addicted to Criminal Minds. But still,
I don't get it, because
it can happen. Because if, say, this person was trying to sexually assault her and they did get scared off by an oncoming car, then the release isn't there. So maybe they did take the glasses back and...
Yeah, but I don't understand why. To me, it doesn't make sense. I don't get why you would risk going back with something from the crime scene to clean it and leave it, because somebody may have seen you go back. They may have seen you plant the glasses.
It is a bit risky, but it's a country road. It's not like a main busy road. It's a country road. So cars do pass.
Right.
But who's going to really take notice of someone?
But also, why?
Especially if you're not from that area, you're not going to know that a poor woman died there, are you?
No, but also, why place them in the mud when you just chuck them? I get cleaning them.
Include them.
I get cleaning them so your prints aren't on them back and there's no fibres.
Yeah, but they placed them in the mud like it was a trophy.
To me, it's they've placed it in the mud like they're trying to arrange it, like they're trying to kind of tamper with a crime scene. But I don't see the point. If, like, you just chuck them down, you wouldn't, and walk off. Or better still, you wouldn't go back at all. If you needed rid of them because you were scared somebody was going to find the glasses in your house or whatever, or so, the police were suddenly going to come with a search warrant, you'd chuck them in a random dustbin, or bury them, or do something with them. You wouldn't risk going back to the crime scene unless, like you say, it's some kind of weird psychological thing.
Yes. Very strange. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the... Look, it was literally... So you can find this on Google if you want to Google it yourself, guys. You can find the image of her glasses just placed.
I can't see them.
Yeah, you're going to have to come closer.
They're like thin-framed glasses or something.
Well, where's your laptop?
Away, turned off.
Get your phone out.
Oh, that's fine. If it's just glasses in the mud.
But they're spotless.
But they've been placed.
They're spotless.
Yeah. So they've been placed at this scene. I don't know. But why? With what purpose? Because I'm guessing the police went back then and discovered that the glasses were now there.
The farmer who identified her body was the ones that found the glasses. Because you're forgetting that it was his field, the gate to his field that she was murdered at.
Right. And I'm guessing they walked the farmer out of whether he...
Yeah, I'm guessing so, yeah.
Yeah. So I say, because that's like awfully convenient. Like, somebody's come back and they've placed the glasses there and they're all clean and stuff. And as the farmer, I found them because if he's got a massive field, what are the chances that you would, unless you're going back to...
No, it was placed by the crime scene.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying. In the mud, where the police have already searched.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was the farmer doing going back to it?
It's his field.
I get it, yeah, but...
I think from what I remember, I think he flocked sheep in an hour there.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, but I believe I'm right. Who knows? Okay, so the police have been revisiting this case on and off through the years. In October 2016, it was revealed that a partial DNA profile of the killer has been isolated during May 2016 forensic review. So they've actually now got a DNA profile.
Okay.
But they couldn't conduct testing on previous 6,000 DNA samples, as a change of law in 2013 meant that they all had to be destroyed.
Oh, shit. So if they hadn't been, would they know who did it?
Possibly. They had 6,000 men to compare it to.
What kind of fucking law was that?
Let's have a look.
The we're going to fuck you up law at 2012 or whatever for.
DNA 2013 law.
Major Inconvenience Acts 2013.
Protection of freedom.
Protection of freedom?
In England and Wales, the Protection of Freedom Act 2012, which reformed the law of DNA and fingerprints retention, came in force on October 31st, 2013. This act significantly changed how the police could retain DNA profiles and samples, particularly for individuals who had not been convicted of the offence. And this is where we fuck up.
Right.
They obviously had nothing, so they had to start again.
Yeah.
So this meant the police have had to start retaking DNA samples nationally.
So they've had to start asking people again if you were around at that time.
We need your DNA.
Your DNA. Okay. But I'm guessing people can say no. And also, how would you know who was around at that point?
Well, you'll have names, won't you? You won't have the samples, but you'll have the names.
Maybe, but...
Well, you'd have to. You'd have to have the names of every person that you took a sample.
But that's assuming that they had a sample from the killer. There could be somebody who they asked today who was the killer, and who they didn't have the sample for originally and no name, but they, and the killer could just say, I wasn't around at that time. I wasn't in that area.
Well, no, because you'd go back, wouldn't you go back round just asking the people that you knew was in the area and that are still alive? Because if they was asking 40 to 70-year-olds, obviously some may have died by...
Well, I don't know, because wouldn't that defeat the purpose in that case then? Because if you have the name of someone and you say, we've got this revolutionary new DNA testing thing that will tell us definitely if you were the killer or not.
That will scare people off even now.
And
you'd get less people coming forward.
And we had your DNA at one point, but we've had to destroy it. Can we get another sample of that just so we can test and we know you are?
The difference is now, it's been like 1998 to now, 2016.
But wouldn't that be really iffy if you said that to someone and they said no?
Well, that's what I mean. If they said no, they've got the right to say no, unless they're a suspect.
But why would they say no? That's what I'm saying. If you could say to someone, look, this technology has got so far advanced now that...
But everybody already knows it's got so far advanced. So the killer back then may have given the DNA, but they won't give it now. Especially if they say we have a partial DNA.
Well, I wonder how many are dead. If it's 6,000 different sets of DNA and it's...
Between 40 to 70.
Yeah, so there would have been someone who was 70 at the time. They're going to be dead now because it's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The likelihood is they're dead.
So there is a £10,000 reward for the catch of the killer.
Right.
I think that's on the police website. So the Devon and Cornwall police. On the 20th of October 2023.
Well, that's recent. Yeah.
Yeah. The police launched a new appeal for information. CrimeStoppers offered a £20,000 reward for information. And Lyn's oldest daughter, Lee, made a media appeal for anyone that saw anything. But basically saying a lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
If you believe you know who this person is or you are the person, please come forward.
Right.
Because if, say...
Well, I mean, you might know who did it and now they're dead.
Exactly.
So you would come forward and say, right, they were my dad or something like that. I didn't want to see him in prison, but, just to give you some peace of mind, it was him.
Exactly. They are still looking for, like I said, it's an unsolved murder. And because they now have a partial DNA profile, they are still looking for that murderer and they are still appealing. The 3 unidentified men are still persons of interest.
Right.
So there's the man in the van.
Yep.
In his 30s to 50s with a full bush beard, large build, waxy green coat.
Right.
Then there's the second guy, which is the man that was talking to Lyn by the chapel, clean shaven, in his 30s, dark hair, medium build, wearing light coloured clothing.
Yeah.
And finally, the man that walked through the field, which was clean shaven, wearing normal clothes.
Right.
So is that man at the church and the man in the field the same guy? The police don't know because they don't know who this man is.
Right.
Or who the men are.
Or can't they just ask the whoever saw the guy outside the church and then ask the farmer that saw him in the field? Can't they just get them to kind of talk about what they were wearing, what they look like, that kind of thing? And then
I think the man in the field, he may have been able to see that he was clean shaven, but I don't think he was able to give him any facial descriptions because he was quite far away. Because they have done a reconstruction, do you know, of the where the police redo parts of the day and they reconstruct the day and they film people doing it. So they have done a reconstruction. Although there is a sketch that was made of the man by the chapel that has not been seen since the 2000s, which is strange, because if that is the man and that is definitely what he is believed to look like, you can now put it in little programs to make that a person look older now and what they could look like now.
Yeah.
So it's very, very strange that hasn't circulated again.
Yeah. But the thing is, even if that was 3 different men, or even just 2 different men, like the guy in the van and then the guy at the church, and there's a debate on if the guy in the at the church is the same guy in the field. That's really unfortunate for her to have 2 kind of interactions with people on the same day. Like a guy acting a bit creepy at a petrol pump, and then a little while later, a guy talking to you randomly outside of a church.
But she didn't look scared or anything when she was
I get
talking to this guy.
I get it, but, you know, I walk to work every day. The only people that try to stop and talk to me are charity workers, you know what I mean? Nobody stops to have a chat with me.
Unless they want something.
Yeah, it's always either, you know, can you lend me a quid or something like that.
But this is a small community. So my guess is that it's either a man that is not known by anybody and is a visitor wanting to know directions, or it's a man people recognise but they don't want to say who it is.
I don't think it'd be that. There's always going to be somewhat. I know it's a small community and everything, but you won't find, unless it's like a cult village or something, there's always going to be one person that kind of goes, no, this ain't right. We'll tell, you know, I know who that guy is. I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Even if it's anonymous.
It's very, very strange that it's a small town where everybody knows Lyn, but nobody recognises 3 men.
Yeah. So are there any theories around whether these 3 men knew each other?
Nope.
No.
Because they don't even know who these 3 men are. There's one.
Well, that's what I've said.
The one in the van is definitely not from Cornwall. It's not from the area.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So that suggests that people being in the area that you don't know is enough of a rarity that you take note when there's someone you don't know. Because we go walking about the streets all the time. We see people we don't know every day, but we don't make a note of, oh, I saw someone who I've never seen before. So that must mean that...
But in a small town, people that you don't know tend to stick out more.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what are the chances there's 3 of them in one day? Because I would say 3 people, if you see 3 people in a day that you don't know, that's probably because it's not rare that you see people you don't know, right? Maybe if you saw, like, you know, once a month, you might see someone you've never seen before, and fair enough, but 3 people in one day.
So the police interview that I watched, which I'll post a link for, I posted a link of the YouTube video and the police interview that I watched. The police interview, the policeman has basically said that he doesn't know if the guy from the chapel and the guy seen in the field are the same person, but he wants either all 3 or definitely the people seen, the 2 men seen by the chapel and the field to come forward. He needs them to come forward because they would be the last ones to see her alive. Or if it's the same person, explain why you was with her and then why you was seen not long after walking through a field just before her body's found.
Yeah. So who do you think it was then that did it?
My personal opinion,
Yeah.
I think it was the man by the chapel because I think it's the same man.
Yeah, I do. I was going to say, I don't think it's the van man. The interaction's a bit weird.
I think the interaction's really weird, but I think it may be just a coincidence.
Yeah, I can't see...
I think it's weird that the man's been spotted around a few times before the murder.
Mm.
And the van has also been spotted near the lay-by by the chapel. But he might be visiting someone around that area. He might be a workman. But he needs to come forward.
Yeah, but I think it seems a bit weird to me that she saw the van man first, then sees this other guy who could be the same guy in the field and outside the chapel, and then she's dead. Yeah. I think, you know, if that's the last person she's been seen with, the likelihood is it's the chapel guy.
Yeah, and I honestly think that the 2 men are the same.
Well, there's always the chance it's not, but it seems a bit kind of like, well, why?
It seems quite weird that
why is this guy walking through the field that a dead body's in?
I don't know if it's the same field or the field next to it, but very, very near the body.
Yeah.
So if you do listen and you do know anything about this case, you can contact Devon and Cornwall Police or CrimeStoppers. I'll post all links for these details in the episode bio, as well as the research videos that I looked at when I was doing my research. So the last thing is, The murder is also linked to murders of Helen Fleet and Kate Bushell, which I will be covering each one individually. And I'll also talk about what links them on the last episode of the trio.
Okay, so there is something that links all three of them together.
Possibly. The Helen Fleet one is the one I'll be covering next. I have had a sneaky little peek, and I will say it does look like she was a war veterinarian in some way. So she does need to be honoured anyway.
A war veterinarian?
She was in the war. Veteran.
I was going to say, is there something about the army I don't know about?
Okay, let me just point out, our cat got castrated today.
So he
Vets are on my mind.
He feels like he's been at war with a veterinarian.
I have had a little sneak peek of Helen Fleet, and it does look like she was in the war or did something in the war. So she does need to be covered because it looks like she was a war veteran. So I'm going to cover her. The next one is going to be about an elderly lady being murdered, and obviously it is unsolved. And then the one after is Kate Bushell, and I believe she's 17, but I've not fully looked at her case yet. So I will be doing the research on Helen and Kate. But in between, we will have Mark's little poll.
We'll say that.
Test.
Don't say that. That's weird. Mark's little poll. There will be no polling of mine on this podcast.
Babe.
That comes later. That's the televised edition.
Oh my God. Babe, a poll is the survey that I'll put on Facebook.
Got you. Okay. I will take a look at the poll, and I'll also see what's been voted for, and I will put something together in episode 5,
because this is episode 4.
Episode 5 is me.
Is you?
That's the conspiracy of me. So I will have a look at the results of the poll, and I will see what I can come up with.
Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show, the podcast, the episode. Oh my God.
The series.
Our lives. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you catch us next time.
Hope you cat. Is that because he's meowing?
Cat? That's a cat, sure.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode of Bad Karma. If you did, make sure you give us a follow. Check us out on YouTube.
Totally screwed that up.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
How did that?
Because you're supposed to say, give us a listen on Spotify.
Give us a listen on Spotify, Amazon Podcasts.
No.
Amazon, what the fuck? Just, right, have a look into this. Look in the description. There'll be some links there. Yeah. Have a look at the one that takes your fancy the most. The one you probably already got an account on. And then if there's a follow or a listen or a subscribe or a whatever, click it. Follow us for more content from me.
Oh, shut up, you widow.
And Carmel.
Listen and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, YouTube,
And Facebook.
Bad Karma Network, and TikTok.
And TikTok now as well. If you want to see some things that Carmel produces for the Bad Karma TikTok, make sure you follow. We will be uploading some of the sort of teaser clips to these various places. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok now.
Hopefully you've already noticed that.
Yeah. If you're not quite sure you're wanting to commit to the full hour, check out some of the clips we upload, and if they seem interesting, hopefully that'll be enough for you to make a decision about if you want to invest that time. We do also have a couple of other podcasts as well.
Got Commas a Witch, where we analyse the 90s charmed TV show. And we talk about our favourite 3 sisters and get Mark's opinion of what he thought, as is only a couple of episodes. Then we've got
Karma's a Killer Game, which is an analysis podcast about Squid Game, featuring one of my favourite characters, Sung-gi-hun.
Oh my God. Stay tuned for that one though, because we have now got the Squid Game games and we're going to start playing.
If you want to see us play with the squid, then make sure you follow us on TikTok.
If you want to see us playing with what's it called?
Dachi.
I had it in my head when you were saying squid, and then you said squid and it just disappeared.
So you want to see us pass the Dachi on the left-hand side?
Oh my gosh.
Then
you want to see smack the Dutchie.
Follow us on TikTok and possibly YouTube.
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
God, we proper screwed the end up, haven't we?
We did. Let's bring this to a close. Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks
Take
for
care. Bye.